everybody. Iceman's mom here, and we're just gonna dive straight into it because I know you're already thinking, is she saying pregnant during COVID or pregnant like you had it? Sadly to say, I tested positive for COVID in my third trimester. Yeah, so prepare for this story. It was July of this year, and I think I was just about to enter my third trimester, if I wasn't I was at the end of my second trimester. And let's keep it frank, I kept my circle, not even circle, my triangle. Yeah, I can't do my other hand, but my triangle small after the whole COVID thing hit really hard and all the quarantine and everything. Like literally, I only hung out with my pregnant friends. I was very fortunate to not go through this pregnancy alone. I had 3 really good friends, actually 4, so I should say a square. 4 really good friends that at the time that I knew were pregnant at the same time as me. And those are the only people I hung out with, them and their spouses. That's it. I did not hang out with any extra people, and I felt like, we all felt like that was the safest because we're in and out of doctor's appointments, getting checked, having blood work, everything. So if none of us have it, then we felt we were cool. And yeah, but I went to a friend's house, one of them, and we went for a birthday dinner for one of my friend's husbands. And everything was good. Everybody was having fun and we enjoyed ourselves. I want to say like a couple of days later, my friend called me early in the morning. I'm like, hey, what's up? And she said, we had to take our baby to the emergency room last night because he ran a fever. And I'm so sorry, but they said he has COVID. So I just wanted to let you know because I feel bad. You're pregnant and you need to know. When I tell you, if I could turn pale white, that's probably what I look like. I was just like, how could this happen? Like, when I say I was so cautious the entire time. I found out I was pregnant back in January. Like, this entire time I've been anal. I won't let nobody else come around me. Told you that square, that was it. That was all. I didn't do anything else. And before we even had to quarantine, I was basically already in a quarantine because I didn't want to be around nobody while I was pregnant because, you know, your immune system is compromised because it's working for the baby, not for you. So, you know, I was just like, what the... Anyway, so I call my husband and let him know. He was just about to call me because my friend's husband had just called him. So we were on the same page of letting each other know, and the next step was getting tested. That was a pain in the butt because neither one of us showed any symptoms at all. So the only thing I had was congestion. But every time I spoke to doctors or looked it up, it said that when you're pregnant, you have congestion because your nasal passages are inflamed due to all the extra blood from being pregnant and having a child. So I'm like, okay, that's probably what it is. The only difference was I only was usually congested at night. Right after she had told me, I had thought about it, and like for the past 2 days, I had daytime congestion. But once again, I'm like, congestion is congestion. It comes and goes when it wants. I didn't really think anything of it. That it was weird having it during the day, but I don't know. And then my husband, absolutely no symptoms whatsoever. So when we had to get tested, we're a military family. I'm retired and he's still active duty. We have to get tested on the medical clinic on base. And we call everybody, tell them. They were acting like they didn't want to test us, believe it or not. I called my doctor's office that's off base, and it's a public hospital that I go to. And they were like, you don't have enough symptoms and we're only well, not my hospital, the emergency care across the street from it was testing during this time, and they were like, your symptoms aren't severe enough and we're only testing a certain amount of people during the day, so unless you have a fever or what was it, loss of taste or smell or anything like that. Sorry, camera cut out. But they said unless you have loss of taste or smell, a fever, we can't really do anything for you because your symptoms aren't severe enough. So they basically refused to test me. So I'm like, I guess I'm good. Y'all telling me I'm not, like, my symptoms aren't anything and there's nothing to be worried about, even though I'm low-key freaking out because I'm like, I don't want to be tested, but I'm like, let's be smart about it. I should be tested. Same thing with my husband, like, because he showed no symptoms whatsoever, basically asymptomatic. I hope I said that right. They were like not trying to test people. And then it was like we had to like bug them to test us. Eventually we got tested and he got tested first. And because they did his quicker than they did mine. And unfortunately he called me and it was like, yeah, they said it was positive. And I'm knowing, sure enough, like if his is positive, I know mine's positive. Like he's my whole husband. We share a bed together. We're in the house. Like, come on now. And then they called me the next day and they were like, yeah, you're positive. And I was just like, and I wanted to cry. I was scared. Like, all I was worried about was the baby. I honestly could tell you the parenting, like, mindset was already in me. So it's like, I didn't care about what happens to me. I care about what happens to him. I mean, of course, I care about what happens to me because what happens to me is happening to him. But in the sense of, like, I just wanted him to be okay. And then thinking about my husband because I don't want him to be sick. And it was confusing because it's like you're telling us that we have higher than normal levels and that we're positive, but neither one of us are having, like, all the symptoms that y'all are more concerned about. And it was just a really confusing time. I cried every day, but me and my husband had talks and he is like my biggest support system and he knows how to calm me down and like get me back to my roots. And we got through it. We quarantined for 14 days, even though, once again, the entire time that we had it, the only thing that added to my symptoms after being tested was that after they tested me, then I lost sense of smell. That was it. So the entire time that I had it, only symptoms I had was congestion and loss of smell. Now, my husband didn't have symptoms before being tested, but the moment they stuck that Q-tip so far in his nose and he came home, you would have thought he caught a cold. Like, it was almost like if he had it, it was like sitting up here or something. They stuck it and released the latch and it just ran down because he instantly had like a fever, he had a headache, and then he lost sense of taste and smell. His taste was only for a couple of hours, and he said food tasted like, I don't know, like it was like gummy. It just felt like you were chewing nothing, and he did not appreciate that. But good thing it was only for a couple of hours. And he lost sense of smell. Still to this day, his smell is not the same. He's still waiting for it to fully come back. But as far as like symptoms and stuff, we're both in the clear. And I know you all are wondering, the baby was fine. He never caught it. I'm pretty sure whatever antibodies I developed, he has them. But he came out perfectly fine. And I just tell you this story to tell you people, take care of yourselves. Don't think it won't happen to you, because I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to lie. I was one of the people like, honestly, I think this crap is fake. Like, it's being blown out of proportion. Like, this is just so stupid. But surely it's not, because we caught it and I felt like we were being very safe. And a couple of my family members right after us, not people that were around me, just family from back home, caught it. And when it starts hitting close to home, then you know it's real. So we're all okay. We no longer have it. Baby is good. And you know, it was just a really scary experience because all we worried about was him. And just like, you worry if you'll never get over it, because they tried to tell me and my husband we had to quarantine from each other. And I'm like, well, we're not allowed to leave our house. And where are we supposed to go? You want us to sit in 2 different rooms? Like, I was just like, but needless to say, it didn't last any longer than the 2 weeks for us. And we had amazing friends that dropped off food, groceries, and anything we need. They called and checked up on us, asked us did we need stuff, made runs for us, and dropped it at the front door for us. And I truly appreciate every single one of them for that, because they didn't have to do that. Sometimes, not even sometimes, when this happens, it really shows you who cares about you, because I don't blame anyone, but they give you that, you know, you got something, like, I don't want to be around you. And by all means, I get it, but it definitely does do something to your mental, because it's not like you want it. You tried to prevent it. You kind of get pissed off. But for the people that didn't treat us that way, and the ones that were there for us, just know you have a special place in my heart, my husband's heart, and my family's heart, period. And oh yeah, for the family members that don't know about this, sorry you're finding out via our first YouTube video, but we did not tell our families. We only told immediate family need to know, like parents and our closest siblings. Other than that, we did not tell any extra family, extended family members. Hope you don't feel no type of way, but it was just the point that we know our families, and some of the other extended family would probably blow it up and get really anxious and call us every day and, you know, like freak you out. Like, you may be holding on pretty tight and good, but when somebody else freak out, it make you freak out. So it was just like, we want to keep this as condensed as possible, and all we want to focus on is getting better and, you know, just getting past this. Like, this is just a hump in the road. God got us, and he doesn't give us any battles that we can't handle, so we got this. So we only told people that need to know. As far as, I know you're wondering, what did we take? Because, you know, it's not like it's a vaccine or a shot or anything you can take. We went straight vegan, if you will. Not necessarily like in what we ate all the way, but my father is a vegan, and I contacted him immediately. Like, I will say, since I've been pregnant, it's made me get close to a lot of my family that I wasn't close to, so he's a blessing in so many ways for that. And me and my dad have really gotten close after finding out I was pregnant. And so when I found out about the COVID thing, he was like one of the first people I called, and he immediately gave us the best advice for stuff for cleansing our system, what to eat, all natural. When I say we were on an all natural diet for 2 weeks, I've never pooped so much. I know TMI, but ooh, we was lighting up the bathrooms. Good thing neither one of us had a sense of smell. But one of the things we had people get for groceries, like, was a lot of fruit, apples, oranges, grapefruits, bananas, because we were doing smoothies in the morning. I asked for fresh ginger, we had spinach, we had kale, and we were doing like these really healthy smoothies. And then my father sent me this all natural site. If I can remember it or find it, I'll put it in the description. And we got like these Elixirs, like all natural drinks that you can, not necessarily a drink, but it's like it's a drink, but we just took teaspoons of it every day. So one was a virus buster. I still take that to this day because I got a really big one. The stuff was expensive, but when it's all natural, of course it's gonna be. One was virus buster, one was an elderberry syrup, and I don't think it was a third one. I can't remember if it's a third one, but I know for sure we had the elderberry syrup and the virus buster. And it's just a bunch of all natural herbs and stuff. And we took teaspoons of it and we put it either in our smoothies or we just drank it straight. The virus buster doesn't taste all that well, but healthy stuff sometimes doesn't. I didn't care. I just wanted to get healthy. Honestly, it tastes like you were drinking some leaf water. Like if you went and grabbed all the leaves off the tree and soaked them in water, like That's what that one tastes like. The elderberry syrup, to me, really good because it's a berry, and I just put it in my grape juice. I had grape juice here, or my cranberry juice, or something like that, or just my smoothie, whatever, or directly just take a shot of it. And I think that really helped. Plus the fact, for me, I was still taking my prenatals and stuff, so all them vitamins in me, I think that's what really helped us get healthy. My husband took a little bit longer, just like a couple of days, but that's because he hard-headed. He did not want to take any of that natural stuff, but he took it because I made him take it because we were going to get over this. But all in all, like I said, we're all good, and he came out healthy with no problems, and we're really blessed for that. So if anybody has any questions, I'm willing to answer it. I'm not no expert nurse or anything, but it was scary, but we got over it. So, and we didn't have the most severe symptoms. So one thing you take from this is everybody's situation is different. That's like the everyday life thing. But even with this pandemic and virus, like, nobody really knows everything about this. We're all learning this together. Like, we're all watching this on live. Like, it's just one of them things, like, this is what's going to be put in the history books for our kids to learn about. All them flu, Spanish flu, and all them other, like, illnesses we read about in our history books. Like, they had to run their course in order to develop so that they could get past it. So we will get past this, y'all. It just takes time. Stay prayed up if you are a religious or spiritual person. If not, keep your energy positive, and just, know that this too shall pass. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, Iceman. Okay, he's asleep. Next video, I promise I'll try to make sure he's up. I just got home from my postpartum appointment. He was with his dad. When I got here, he smiled for a little bit and then went straight to sleep. Probably because the heat's on, it's cold, but I'll show him to you. Hey, man. There's Iceman. I'm sleeping. But yeah, so we're in his room, and stay tuned for the next video. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. And, in the comment section, feel free to drop topics you want me to speak about. This is new to me, but I definitely want to try to take this journey and do things and just, talk to my fellow moms and people with kids and whatever. So definitely feel free to drop topic suggestions in the comments, or even ask me questions, because I'm definitely going to do Q&A posts where whatever questions you ask me, I'll give an honest answer to. So love you guys. See you next time. Bye.